Hey there, folks. Why is my mic get turned down? I don't know. Thanks for being here. Girl's crying again. Star Wars Day by Day. Apologies for the girl. I'm gonna try to filter her out, but you know what it is. Sometimes I think I do a good job, but I don't know. Hopefully that's not. Hopefully the mic's not picking that up too much. I'm gonna pause here temporarily because she's out of control right now. All right, we appear to have a little bit of a free time now. No, it's not totally over, but it's mostly stopped. I did the raid while I was away, so I don't have to do the raid anymore. It was a little below where I wanted to be, but it's Naboo, so what are you gonna do? I'm okay with that. It can be below wherever because it's Naboo. I'm not gonna hold. It's not a good raid. It's just not a good raid, and that's one of the reasons why I've stopped. Why I'm committing to not buying any Lightspeed bundles this time because I kind of need I kind of need CG to show me something, and that would be I need them to show me that they care about this game. Because what I'm seeing is I'm seeing just cash grab, and that could be just me, but that's what I feel this game is just doing. This game is just super cash grabby right now, and that's not a good sign because I went through that with Sorcerer's Arena. I went through a period where they felt very cash grabby, and then that didn't end well. Because that game ended back at the end of June, and it was a great game because it could have been so awesome, but after Glue sold it to EA just sort of did what EA does, and that's invest minimally, and and that's the whole problem. Is you've got these studios who really care about a game, and then EA shows up on the doorstep, and they sell the game to EA. Now, Capital Games is fortunate because this was the first one, and but I don't know. I don't play Strike Force, but I feel like Strike Force is right on its heels, and maybe that's what. And maybe given the state of Star Wars and that Marvel has done better, maybe and they feel like there's more characters available in Marvel. Maybe that's what EA or Disney or whoever wants to do. Um, and I'm just not happy. I'm just not happy. I'm not happy at large because Warner Brothers can't get their act together to get any of their properties going in the right direction. And that's sad because I don't feel like it needs to be this way. Because I don't know if you know, but there's this mobile game that I was just playing called Disney Pixel RPG, and it's been out for a month. And this guy, he's like, "There's nothing to do," and it's like it's been out for a month. Give it a second. It's a pixelated game, which means they save because it's 8-bit, I don't know, 16-bit graphics, 8 or 16-bit graphics, it's very pixelated. So it's like Brave Exvius, and it's like give the game a chance. Um, and I'm just so tired of everybody just jumping to conclusions with, "Oh my gosh, this game has been out for a month. There's nothing to do." Because then the opposite end of this is you have a game like this where there's like Conquest, and there's GAC, and there's TW, and there's TB, and there's the Raid, and it's like if you play this game seriously and you do all of that, you're probably gonna end up like Gerbil, and you're probably gonna end up like Sarah. and all these other people who just take the game way too seriously and they get burned out. Just play the game for what it is. And if you want to spend money, spend money. If you don't, don't. I'm at the point where I'm like, for me personally, I'm just at a place where I need EA to show me that, and a lot of this stems from what they did with the Punishing One and the Tidorito, where where Arnold pointed it out, they didn't test it, they implemented it, they used the Punishing One to implement a change that they had wanted to do from the beginning, and they could have very easily put it in the game from the beginning, but they didn't. And I find that very annoying and very discouraging, because it didn't have to be this way. They could have done it. They could have made it. I mean, it didn't have to be this way. There's a lot of things that don't have to be this way. And I know that tomorrow's the decision, and when you're seeing this, the decision will have been made. But I just want you to know this. Whenever you have a choice every day. You have a choice every day. You can either continue on the path you're on, or you can make any other decision. Same is true for this. Same is true for EA and Capital Games, the way they're doing this game. They can invest money, but the problem is, how much money did EA just put in the Dragon Age? And I don't know about the game, but it's like, I mean, for me, in EA, I feel like EA is notorious because EA does Madden, and they do the new NCAA football game, which came out, which by all accounts, from what I've seen about that football game, is it's really good. The question I have is, what if instead of I have no doubt that they went all in on that college football game. But what if they just gave a little bit more money to this? What if they just decided, hey, we want to do a Disney Hero Collector gacha that was good and worked? Because there's got to be some other games out there who are doing good things with this. Territory War is great, but like I've mentioned before in previous videos, what if they did a Fleet Omicron? What if they came up with 10 at a time? Because there are people. You're not going to convince me that people are going to have enough Omicrons for 10. I know that there are so many people out there are. But what if you gave people a choice of what they wanted to do? That's why I'm not going for Galactic Legends, because I don't care about Galactic Legends. I don't. Until they give me one that I really care about. We'll get to that eventually. I'm in my free-to-play account. I'm going for Slicker. Why? Something to do. I've never done it yet, but it's like GAC is not my bag. I mean, I'm serious. If they said, hey, we're doing 10 pilot Omicrons for random pilots across the whole thing, and they made people pick and choose, they could elevate Executor if they wanted to. They could elevate Leviathan. I mean, well, leave Leviathan where it is. Just take every other fleet. One or two for Executor, one or two for Funity, Home One. Every fleet out there, and just people pick and choose. Oh, you didn't take this on my crown for Plo, but you took this one for Cad Bane? Oh, you took this one for um uh Candrass on the Biston, or no, it's Cassian's Ewing. So Cassian for the Profanity. Oh, you took this one for Biggs for the home win. Give people a choice. Like just show me that you care. I mean, all of these marquees, you can't all of these marquees that we've gotten for Balin and for Ahsoka, you can't convince me they're a cash grab. And then I would have invested in home one, but almost immediately, in the one pun, but immediately after they came out, immediately within an hour, they put this investigation that we're investigating the punishing one, and then they use it as a banana in the tailpipe to buff the tie dagger. Come on now. If you want me to invest in the punishing one, don't blow smoke up my butt. Give me a reason to want the pun one. And then when I saw everybody and their sister was involved wanting it because they made it so good, it's like maybe I don't need that, and I'm okay. I'm still doing fine in Fleet Arena. We don't get there. That's not my problem. Capital Games, if you happen to be listening, give me, if you want to know what I want? I want Old Republic. Put Satele in. Put Jake's Malcolm. Put Theron in. Put Lana in. Put any of the companions in. Make Mara Jade better. Put Mara Jade in the game. Talon Card. Come on. Just what if we just did that instead of taking forever with this? Because we've been working on these Ahsoka things for how long? When was Ahsoka announced? Back in January? It's now November, and in my estimation, Sabine is not the last Marquis. I could be wrong on that, but I still wouldn't be surprised if they put Huyang in the game and then the ship. Wouldn't that surprise me at all if they did that? What would surprise me? If they announced right now this was coming next year, and they said, "Hey, Revan's coming next year, just so you know, and a capital ship is coming next year, just so you know." And then if they actually made me want to buy something, like make people make choices. There's no choice. How many people would have bought Balin? How many people would have invested in Balin if Balin was what his kit said? Everybody that bought the punishing one would have invested into Merrick and Shin and all the other requirements. But because Balin's not, guess what? They're not. And so you got a faction. You got a faction because of this guy that people thought were going to be awesome, and he's not. And so, guess what? I wouldn't be surprised if people stopped investing in their mercenaries. and you've given how people how long to work on the first batch of Ahsoka requirements, batch 1 and 2 of the Ahsoka requirements. So people that want Ahsoka have got all that done, and so now you're like, oh, here comes the bean, and it takes however long to run this bean thing. I don't, guys. They may try to. They may end up shoehorning Sabine in here. I mean, Ahsoka in here in the next 6 weeks. That actually would not surprise me if they tried to do that. But don't be surprised if we don't get if they're like Ahsoka, and then we have, you know, we're not going to finish the whole thing until next year. Don't be surprised if that happens. Will it? I don't know. But it would not surprise me at all if they said, hey, we're not going to have time to finish all this before Christmas. This is what we got. This is what's coming. But you won't get any of that until middle of January, beginning of February. Do not be surprised if that happens, because I can totally see that happening. Now, like I said, I've not played this, I've been playing this game for 20 months, I don't know, 18, 19, 20 months, something like that, I don't know, something. And that's just the way I perceive it. I could be totally off base. And it would not surprise me at all if I was. But, and I really want to be wrong. I don't want to be right about this. But, I don't know. Anyway, if you're going down the direction, like, there's gonna be a lot of people tomorrow that I wish people understood that elections matter, and that voting to let the government take more of your money is not a good thing, because you're given that money for a reason. God has blessed you with that money for a reason, and He didn't give it to you to give it to people that hate you. I hope that makes sense. I hope things work out. I do. Anyway, but God is still in control. God is still sovereign. If you have any questions, concerns, you want to talk to me about anything, let me know. I'm here. I'll be here. You're late night tomorrow night. Got the gig tomorrow night. Anyway, hold the line. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye.